This lesson is about publishing as a part of the research process. Let's see first how is publishing or academic publishing defined. Here are the definitions, one in Merriam-Webster dictionary about the publishing and one in Wikipedia about academic publishing. As you can see, publishing is considered to be a business or profession of the commercial production and issuance of literature, information, musical scores, or sometimes recordings or art, while the academic publishing is just a subfield of publishing which distributes academic research and scholarship. Publishing is as old as the movable letters invented by Gutenberg in the 15th century. A little bit more than 1 century after this invention, the House of Elsevier, the first academic publishing house, was founded, and others followed later. This means that academic publishing has been around for a long time, but with the new technology, with information technology being developed in the last 50 years, the publishing is also changing. Why is publishing important? To publish means to disseminate information. So academic publishing is important because it informs about the research performed and it disseminates the knowledge gained through research. Sometimes researchers publish to obtain intellectual property rights or patent for their research. Without publishing, there shouldn't be advancement in science because we will be reinventing the wheel all the time. So publishing is important so that the research is built on the previous research, and in that way science is advancing. Often publishing is important to young researchers to get respect from their peers in the scientific field and to advance their career. And sometimes it is a requirement to get a degree or to continue your education. When you're doing a research, there are two phases of this process. One is the actual research, or the problem, the methods, the results you're getting, and on the other side is the writing about the research and publishing what you have written. These processes are always going together. You cannot publish or write about some research if you don't have research results or ideas that you want to write about, and vice versa. To get the research results, you need to read academic papers and published results that others have done. This means that the researchers are usually both. They have two roles. They have the role of authors, but they also have the role of readers. And the behavior of authors and the readers sometimes is not the same. While the authors want to publish more in a short time, the readers want integrated system where they will find what they look for easily. While for authors, journal reputation is essential, for readers, browsing is crucial. The author wants wider dissemination of his or her work. The reader is concerned about the quality of information. And the cost always plays a role whether you're an author or a reader. Let's see now what academic writing is. Academic writing is needed whenever you plan to publish your research results. So what are the essential specifics of the academic writing? First, when you write, you need to use evidence from scientific sources, which are quality journals, books, or experts. You need to clearly, consistently, and coherently deliver the results of your research. In addition, you need to give credit to the sources that you use through referencing and citing. Any claim that you have taken from other source needs to be referenced. This means only your opinion and the general knowledge are written without references. Besides, academic writing includes honesty in the sense that you need to write about your research in an honest way. But besides that, the language should be that is used when you write about your research should be convincing to the audience, so that anyone reading your paper or your thesis get impression that there is value in the research presented. That way, your papers will be accepted and your thesis approved. Writing is not easy, and when writing academic paper, you need to go through a process that involves the following. First of all, you need to have an idea or research results or invention that is of interest to the scientific community, because this is what you're going to write about. The first draft usually involves outline of your paper and some preliminary text in each section that will provide some information on why you're writing this paper and what is the value in it. Once the draft is written, you can get feedback from your closest colleagues or supervisor. This feedback is valuable. That's why I use it to revise your draft. And not only once. You can revise it also on your own. If you just leave the draft for a couple of days and go and read it by looking with someone else's eyes on your draft, you will be able to find many mistakes and errors and to revise and write it in a better way. So writing is not about writing for the first time. It's about writing and rewriting many times. Once you think your paper or the thesis is almost written, then you go to the process of proofreading and editing to correct minor mistakes like language mistakes, spelling, grammar, and similar. If you're writing for specific publisher, then you have to comply to the format that is required by this publisher. Or even if you're writing a thesis, you need to comply to the format required by the institution. But these things are done towards the end of the process of writing. While the formatting is done at the end, the process of writing can be intervened with your research, so that as you do research, you can write some parts of your thesis or your paper. Thank you for listening.